how do you know if your heart is healthy? And how do you know if you're experiencing true joy? Ooh. The action ship told me to come outside today because it was raining. So how do you keep your heart happy when it's raining outside? So last week we were talking about why you don't want to stretch your hamstrings. Well, this week we're going to talk about why you do want to stretch your heart. So happiness and heart health are extremely connected. So try this for a moment. Say to yourself, I feel weighed down, depressed, there's way too many problems. In fact, the weight of the world is on my shoulders. And everything's really exhausting and I'm really tired. And notice, what does that do to your posture? So when it feels like you have lots of problems on your shoulders tighten up and literally squash your heart. So now instead, say to yourself, I have a happy, inspired heart. Everything is supporting me. The universe is putting everything exactly in the right place so that everything is easy and flowing. And notice, what does that do to your posture? So even saying the words has a dramatic effect on our physical experience, our physical body. But now what happens if you're saying those positive words or positive affirmations? You're trying to image something but your body isn't agreeing. I had an email from someone who doesn't want to be named, and she was saying that she is experiencing pain behind her shoulder blades. She explained that her mother was very abusive when she was a child and that her body is still holding on to these memories, even though her mind knows that she doesn't need to. So whatever you are working out, getting your body to participate is essential for you to be freed from your inner rainy day. Obviously, you are unique, just like this beautiful tree. Now, the reasons why you have these emotions and memories and maybe your shoulders are tight is going to be different for you than anybody else. But there are fundamental scientific things about our body and the way that we all process emotion that we can all tap into to improve our ability to feel more expansion and to give our heart some more health. So let's take a leap closer to that place and bring out some more sunshine. Oh, there we go. So the first thing that we're going to do is imagine if there's any grief in the whole chest, shoulder region, that we're going to literally move it out so that your body can let it go and process it. So just connect to your chest and imagine if there's any grief, you can just literally scoop it out and take it to your diaphragm. Scoop it out and keep breathing, breathing, breathing. Put your hand on your heart and say, I accept that my spirit can be bigger. I accept that my spirit can be bigger. And let's just tap over your heart. I accept that my spirit can be bigger. 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 And just put your hand on your heart and just feel that expanding. And notice your posture might be changing just by imagining that. So your heart is a very strong frequency. It actually gives out an electrical signal that is 500 times bigger than the brain. We are going to do some heart stretching. So last week I was explaining why you don't want to stretch your hamstrings, and in fact I had a bunch of questions from people. I made a hour-long video for you last night with lots more exciting, amazing information about why you don't want to stretch your hamstrings and a whole bunch of other ways how you can get more flexibility. So stay tuned, that's coming really soon. So I don't know if you've met Bob before. This is Bob. Bob, say hello. Hello. And we're going to use Bob today to feel some more flexibility in our heart and in our sternum region. So you are going to imagine that Bob is jumped through into your house, and you can use him to feel the flexibility and the softness that you have in your sternum. You have Bob on your sternum, and we're just going to lean back a little and imagine that you can actually create some more elasticity and softness in your sternum. And then come back, and then when you go forwards, you're just going to do a little curve forwards and just feel that there's just softness in your sternum. And then you're going to stretch back just a little and a little forwards, and see if you can feel that softness, that flexibility in your sternum. And then imagine, just put your hand on your sternum and imagine your heart. So your heart is in there, and your heart is between your two lungs. Your heart sits between your two lungs. And if there is tension in your chest, in your shoulders, if there's any compression on your lungs, it's going to be also compressing your heart, preventing it from its daily healthy movement. And if it doesn't get its movement, it becomes very sad and a little depressed. So how do we get it moving again? Because if we just try and put ourselves in a better posture, we still haven't gotten rid of any of that tension or the patterns that created that posture in the first place. So we're going to imagine your lungs and your heart in between. And put your hand on your heart. So you can imagine it's a sponge, if you like, soft and mobile. And we're just going to go forwards and back like we just did with Bob. And you're going to imagine that as you go forwards, your heart is literally just moving a little bit towards the back. And then as you go forward, it's lifting a little to the front. Can you imagine that? So a hand on your heart, and when you go forwards, imagine that your heart is moving back between your two lungs, and then it's moving forward out of your two lungs, and it's moving back between your two lungs, and it's moving forward and up out of your two lungs, and it's rolling back between your two lungs. And now let's go to the side. Can you imagine your heart just resting on that lung? This would be my right lung. If you're mirroring me, that would be your left lung. And come back up to center. And now imagine your heart resting on your left lung, or the other lung. Can you feel that? And come up to center and go the other side. And the other side. And let's lift the heart again. Imagine it lifting up, and let the heart roll back and up, and come back to standing. Drop your arms and just notice, did that do anything? Did that change anything in your posture? I feel a lot more open right now, a lot more space, and just take a nice deep breath. And just notice that there's probably now more space in your lungs, in your heart, in your chest. So this is going to mean that your heart is able to move more fully. And if your heart is able to move more fully, it's going to be getting more exercise. And exercise is good for your heart. If you're ready for more information to connect to your heart even deeper, to really know what's happening, to know how the blood is flowing through it, to know how it is situated inside of you and how it's moving every time you breathe, so that you can then improve it. Because once you understand what's going on inside of you, you can use imagery to support that. And you noticed in this very short little taster how much that already improved. So if you're interested, let me know. I still have a couple of spots for this live workshop on Sunday, and putting together an online course for you as well. But if you enjoyed this video, if you enjoyed this action ship, if you felt some more opening, some more expansion, radiance in your heart, then please write me a comment below. Let me know, yes, I felt more open in my heart and this is what it's inspired me to do. I want to know what you are now inspired to create. So please write that in the comments. Remember to like this and share this with anyone who you think would like some more expansion and joy in their heart. And come to Laura Haynes Franklin if you're not there and jump on the action ship list. And next week I'm going to take you somewhere really exciting. It's not going to be raining and it's going to be really cool. So you have to watch next week to find out where it is. Okay, time to go in because it's cold. Bye!